Sometimes the smallest hearts teach the biggest lessons. And sometimes patience is the only magic we really need. In the middle of a bright, breezy meadow stood Tico, a tiny bluebird with feathers as shiny as the morning sky. He was the youngest among his brothers and sisters, and he was also the most impatient creature in the whole forest. Tico wanted everything right now. He wanted to fly higher, sing louder, and be the first to find the juiciest worms. Every morning, he'd hop out of his nest, puff out his chest, and declare, "Today I'll become the fastest bird in the world." His mama bird would giggle and say, "Dear Tico, great things take time. Even the sun doesn't rise in a hurry." But Tico would flap his wings and chirp, "Yes, yes, Mama, but the worms won't wait." And off he'd go, flapping, tumbling, and wobbling through the air like a feather in a windstorm. One morning, the birds of the forest gathered for the annual Berry Dash, a playful race to fetch the rare red berry from the farthest branch of the tallest oak tree. The winner would be crowned the forest flyer for a whole year. "Oh, I'm going to win this time," chirped Tico, his eyes sparkling. His best friend Lulu, a soft white rabbit with floppy ears, tried to warn him. "Don't rush, Tico. The berry grows on the very top branch. It takes balance and care." But Tico wasn't listening. "Balance? Pah, I've got speed." When the race began, Tico zipped through the sky like a dart. He flapped so fast his tiny wings started trembling. He even overtook the parrots, the sparrows, and the crows. But as he neared the tall oak, something unexpected happened. The wind turned wild. Tico tried to steady himself, but his little wings couldn't handle it. He lost control and crashed right into a bunch of leaves, whoomp, landing face first in a pile of moss. From above, a gentle voice chuckled. "In a hurry again, young one?" It was Old Pine, the wise tree whose trunk was thick with stories of many seasons. Tico blinked, feathers ruffled. I was just trying to be fast." Old Pine swayed softly. "Speed without patience is like flying without wings." Tico didn't really understand, but he nodded politely and limped home embarrassed. A few days later, the wind howled through the meadow and the young birds were told to strengthen their nests. Everyone started weaving twigs and leaves carefully, except Tico. He wanted to finish first, so he hurriedly stuck twigs together, tossed in a few feathers, and called it a day. "Huh, I'm done already," he bragged. But that night, the wind whooshed harder than ever. While other nests swayed safely, Tico's nest shook, squeaked, and then, poof, fell apart like a puzzle. Tico found himself clutching a branch in the cold rain, trembling. Mama Bird rushed to help him, wrapping him with her wings. "My little one," she whispered, "patience builds what speed destroys." Her words echoed in his heart all night. For the first time, Tico didn't argue. The next morning, the sun peeked through the clouds and Tico sat quietly on a branch, feeling thoughtful. That's when he noticed a tiny green caterpillar crawling along a leaf below him. "Hey there!" chirped Tico. "Why so slow? You'll never get anywhere like that." The caterpillar looked up and smiled. "Oh, but I am going somewhere, just not fast." Tico tilted his head. "But don't you get tired?" The caterpillar laughed softly. "Sometimes, but every step counts. And one day I'll have wings too." Tico blinked. "You'll fly?" The caterpillar nodded proudly. "Yes, but not today. I'm still growing." That one sentence made the tiny bluebird's heart pause. He thought about his broken nest, his failed race, and how he always hurried for things that needed time. Maybe the caterpillar was right. Maybe patience wasn't about waiting, it was about growing. From that day, Tico tried something new. He decided to slow down. He practiced flying in circles, balancing his wings instead of beating them wildly. He took time to find the strongest twigs for his new nest. He even began helping his siblings learn to fly, patiently chirping, "Don't rush, feel the wind first." Days turned into weeks, and soon Tico could soar higher than ever before. He didn't crash or wobble anymore. His wings were steady, strong, and graceful. Mama Bird watched him with pride. "See, Tico? The sun still rises slowly, but it always shines the brightest." Tico grinned, and the worms don't seem to mind waiting either. One afternoon, dark clouds rolled over the meadow, and the wind howled louder than before, shaking the trees. All the little birds huddled in their nests, frightened. Tico's heart raced. He remembered the last time this happened. Suddenly, Lulu's voice called from below. "Tico, help! My burrow entrance is blocked by a fallen branch!" Without thinking, Tico darted into the storm. The rain hit his wings like needles, and lightning flashed across the sky. But this time, he didn't panic. He didn't flap wildly or rush ahead. Instead, he remembered everything he'd learned: balance, patience, and control. He glided through the wind, waiting for the right moment between gusts, and finally reached Lulu's burrow. With careful pecks, he loosened the heavy branch bit by bit. It took time. His feathers were soaked and his wings trembled, but he didn't give up. When the last twig rolled away, Lulu hopped out, eyes shining with relief. "You did it, Tico!" He smiled, panting, not fast, but steady. When the storm ended, the forest sparkled with raindrops like little diamonds. Birds chirped, rabbits hopped, and even the flowers seemed to stretch happily. As Tico looked around, something caught his eye: a shimmering red berry glowing at the top of the oak tree. He whispered, "The berry-berry." He took a deep breath, spread his wings, and flew upward. Slowly, gracefully, patiently. He waited between breezes and used the air currents wisely, and step by step, branch by branch, he reached the very top. The wind brushed his feathers, but this time it felt like a friend, not a fight. Tico plucked the berry and held it high. From below, all the forest animals cheered. "Tico! Tico! The patient flyer!" Old Pine's deep voice rumbled softly. "At last, little one, you've learned the rhythm of the wind." And at that moment, the tiny bluebird realized something beautiful. Patience hadn't slowed him down. It had helped him grow strong enough to go further than ever before. Patience isn't about waiting. It's about trusting the process. Even the smallest steps, taken calmly, lead to great heights. When you slow down, you grow stronger inside. If Tico's story touched your heart, subscribe now for more inspiring tales that remind us great things take time.